What if the soul of the Los Angeles Lakers wasn't banging on the hardwood, but was quietly reshaping itself in the shadows of billionaire boardrooms? What if the true battle for purple and gold supremacy is no longer fought in playoffs buzzer beaters or highlight reels, but in decisions made by men whose names fans only whisper, whose power pulses far beyond the packed arenas and glittering lights? Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where raw truth meets purple and gold passion. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a second of this unfolding drama. Tonight, Lakers Nation, we dive deep into a story so seismic it threatens to redraw the very blueprint of our franchise's future. It's a transformation that no one saw coming, like a silent intruder stepping into a kingdom long ruled by a royal family, now quietly, irrevocably displaced. For decades, the Lakers were the Buss family's empire. Jerry Buss and his legacy icons, who shaped decades of Lakers lore, from Showtime magic to the glitz of championships, the heartbreaks of missed opportunities, and every dramatic chapter in between. But now, that era is not just coming to an end, it has shattered. Mark Walter, a name Lakers fans might have known only in passing, the billionaire titan who has quietly owned a slice of this purple and gold dream, has suddenly emerged as the new majority owner of our beloved franchise. The controlling stake he just claimed signals far more than a mere change on the ownership ledger. It's a takeover infused with strategy, power, and boundless resources, the kind of ownership that has already transformed another Los Angeles dynasty in a different arena, Major League Baseball. The Los Angeles Dodgers, under Walter's reign since 2012, have been a model of patience, loyalty to success, and relentless construction, boasting consecutive playoff appearances, multiple World Series titles, and an unmatched record of sustained excellence. Walter doesn't operate like those tempestuous owners who chop and change coaches and executives on whims. No, his approach is strategic, not sentimental. But make no mistake, he's ruthless when it comes to results. This means that while the current Lakers president of basketball operations, Rob Pelinka, just signed a fresh contract extension, and rookie head coach J.J. Redick has only just begun his 4-year journey, neither seat is truly safe. Pelinka's past is a riddle wrapped in contradiction. He architected the 2020 championship squad that brought us the magic and the joy Lakers fans crave. Yet his tenure is plagued by whispers of missed opportunities, questionable trades, free agency misfires, and a front office that struggled to sculpt a roster balanced enough to howl deep into the postseason beyond fleeting moments of promise. Could Walter's deep pockets and insatiable hunger for perfection be the siren call that lures some of the league's most elite minds, those who usually flock to organizations with precision, innovation, and clear ambition? Are we witnessing the onset of an executive overhaul so profound that the Lakers as we know them could rise or fall in the shadow of new decision-makers wielding unprecedented power? Then there's J.J. Redick, a young head coach who stepped into a role skeptics said was too big, too volatile. The former Lakers player with zero prior coaching experience was a gamble that blurred the lines between hope and uncertainty. But Redick did more than hold steady. He led the team to a 50-32 record, demonstrating a modern basketball IQ and earning respect from players and analysts alike. Yet, with Walter's results-first philosophy, even Redick's promising start could be swept away if the path to a championship remains murky. So here's the question nobody can answer. Will Walter's entry mark a new dawn of patient, calculated growth, or will it unleash a storm of change that topples faces we thought were here to stay? Some voices from inside the Dodgers' orbit names, like Andy McCullough and Fabian Ardaya, offer us a prism to peer through. Walter isn't a roller coaster owner, they say. He kept steadfast throughout tough Dodgers losses and never blinked at investing in his team long term. Yet, this patience is paired with cold calculation. If he spots a better way, he'll make moves that seem radical but are ruthlessly effective. Lakers Nation, we have to ask, are we ready for a franchise that no longer cherishes history for history's sake, but demands excellence at every turn, consequences included. Beyond ownership shifts, the Lakers are stirring on the floor, two chasing young, explosive talent to anchor a resurgent core. One name on everyone's lips, Walker Kessler. The 23-year-old center for Utah has emerged as a dominant defensive force in the league, ranking second in blocks per game last season with 2.4 rejections. A guardian in the paint who's crafted himself into a modern defensive juggernaut with an offensive game steadily rising. The Lakers reportedly made a trade offer for him, a sign that Pelinka, in his relentless search, sees Kessler as the future backbone of the franchise's frontcourt. Yet talks remain tentative. The Jazz, entrenched in their own rebuild, are demanding steep draft pick compensation for their young star. Are the Lakers ready to stake their future on trade assets for a player who might blossom into a franchise centerpiece? It's a gamble imbued with both hope and peril. Imagine this: a Lakers franchise thirsty for dominance, backed by a billionaire owner who transformed an entirely different sports powerhouse. Combining that with a front office hunting the next great defensive anchor in the paint. Layer with a coach whose youthful energy and new school tactics shine but still hang precariously in the balance. The Lakers have been toying a line between greatness and something else, something restless, incomplete. Since that triumphant night in 2020, we've seen flashes, no doubt, but also inconsistency and heartbreak. Failed playoff runs, roster puzzles that never quite fit, a star-studded team caught in the limbo of untapped potential. So we ask again, are these shifting tides the winds of rebirth or the first tremors of upheaval? With Walter's arrival, the stakes have escalated beyond mere player trades or coaching schemes. This is an invocation of a new philosophy, a wholesale makeover of both culture and infrastructure. The Lakers must evolve or risk fading into the shadows of their own history. Timelines tighten. The competition grows fiercer, fueled by billionaire tech owners, private equity moguls, and savvy global strategists all racing to build modern dynasties. Will Walter steer the Lakers past nostalgia and into an era of relentless innovation, where state-of-the-art facilities, laser-sharp analytics, and a new generation of talent synthesis define success? Or will this change simply cloak the same struggles with a shinier veneer? As someone who's lived and breathed this purple and gold saga for decades, I feel the tremor of this moment in my bones. The promise rings louder than ever, the chance to reclaim that spot atop the basketball world. And yet, a shadow of uncertainty looms like a chess game with pieces poised, waiting for the first move that might rewrite everything or return us to familiar cycles. Lakers Nation, here's the question that burns brightest tonight. Are we witnessing the rebirth of an empire, or merely a changing of faces in an old drama destined to repeat? Drop your take in the comments. I'll be reading everyone. All right, Lakers Nation, before we dive in, grab your purple and gold, sharpen your voices, and lock in like you're standing courtside in the Final Four. Because what's coming next isn't just a story, it's a full-on franchise earthquake. And if you feel the quake, you gotta make it loud in those comments right now. Now listen, this shift, this invasion of billionaire power behind the scenes, it's gonna echo all the way to the hardwood, where the real battle wages every single night. And let me tell you, the implications are nothing short of seismic for LeBron James' final seasons in the NBA. Imagine the king staring down his twilight years, knowing that the empire he built, the championships, the blood, sweat, and tears, now rests not just on his Herculean efforts, but on the whims of a new overlord obsessed with efficiency, data, and cold, unforgiving calculations that don't care about legacy, love, or loyalty, but only pure dominance. That means every minute LeBron plays, every shot he takes, could be weighed against Walter's vision of a precise, cutting-edge Lakers dynasty that doesn't stop until the whole damn league fears us again. What about a D? Anthony Davis, our meltdown king turned semi-stable superstar, still finds himself in this swirling storm of high expectations and intense scrutiny. With the new front office nerves, does Walter see a D as the defensive anchor of the future or merely a pricey stopgap in a pipeline pushed by fresh, younger talents? And when you factor in the wild-card dynamic Bronny James, the next heir apparent navigating the Lakers' immense shadow, and Austin Reeves, our scrappy underdog turned emotional glue guy Walter's involvement could either supercharge their development with championship pressure or suffocate it under the weight of instant results demand. Think about it. Jeannie Buss, still holding the family name's flag high, presides alongside this titan whose blueprint for success is both a promise and a warning. Will this be a partnership of respect and power, or a collision course where old-school Lakers heart clashes with new-school hyper-business? The culture of purple and gold of loyalty, heart, and relentless showtime flair hangs in the balance, threatened by a cold, clinical reshaping that's more Moneyball with muscle than the fiery soul we lived for back in 2010 and 2020. Remember those moments? The parade down Figueroa after the 2010 team beat the Celtics in a grueling 7-game war. LeBron still a villain then, and Kobe Bryant unleashing his final masterpiece? Or the surreal resilience of 2020 when the bubble championship felt like a world reborn, a miracle forged from isolation and sacrifice? Those highs became our lifeblood, but post-2021? Man, the pain has been brutal drop games, flickering stars, front office misfires, and playoff exits that felt like stabs in the heart after tasting that glory so close. And all those scars frame this next chapter with a razor-sharp edge because the competition sniffing our blood sees these changes and already hustles harder. The Warriors aren't just resting on their dynasty laurels. They're hunting their next title with the greed of starving champions. The Nuggets young hungry. Jokic still carving himself as a generational talent. They know that the West is wide open. The Suns are loaded with star firepower. And the Mavs. Don't even get me started. Luka's got that ice-cold killer instinct this league's never seen. Even our own city rivals, the Clippers, have reshaped and reloaded with championship fever, coursing through their veins. So when you think about Walter holding the Lakers' purse strings, it's not just about bankroll or balance sheets. It's about who gets to dominate the future of the West, who gets to control LA's basketball throne when the dust settles. This is a domino that could knock giants down or set off a new tsunami of purple and gold pride. Imagine if Walter churns the roster so fiercely that we see moves so shocking they shake the league trade's burning legacies. Draft picks gambled, like chips on a Vegas table, but all for one goal: absolute superiority. But what if this cold calculus alienates the Lakers' heart and soul, turning them into a faceless, soulless machine where even LeBron feels like just another cog in the relentless war for wins? What if a D, fed up by constant upheaval, bolts in search of stability elsewhere? What if young players can't find their footing because the franchise keeps spinning the wheel? Then consider this: the battle isn't just on the court. The locker room, the training staff, the media narratives, even our beloved fan base, each will be tested by Walter's ultra-modern vision. Will our historic passion for purple and gold become a relic of the past, replaced by spreadsheets and ROI metrics? Or can Jeannie and Walter blend old Lakers pride with new era savvy, creating a powerhouse that harnesses both heart and intellect? Lakers fans know the burn of dashed hopes firsthand. We drank the champagne in 10, we cried tears of joy and relief in 20, but we also remember the soul-crushing losses, the self-inflicted wounds like the 2004 finals collapse, the injuries that bled our chances dry, and the front office drama that sometimes felt like the Lakers' biggest opponent. So when that ownership shakeup hits, it's not just another sports news blip. It's a remake of what we root for, how we hope, and what we believe is possible for the next generation. And it ain't just about basketball anymore. It's about legacy, identity, pride, and the undying hunger for a championship that never fades. As a Laker till the day I die, here's how I see it. This isn't the end of our story. It's a ruthless new chapter that demands every ounce of grit, heart, and sharpness from all of us, from LeBron, from a D, from the front office, from every kid dreaming in the purple and gold stands. We're being handed the blueprint for either a dynasty reborn or a cautionary tale of a giant losing its soul in pursuit of cold wins. So, Lakers Nation, I'm throwing the ball to you. Tell me right here, right now, are you ready to ride this roller coaster? Are you holding your breath for glory or trembling at the unknown? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear from every true believer in purple and gold, because this fight, it's ours to win or lose together.